Hello, everybody. Wave 3 meteorologist Brian Good. Welcome to this edition of Snow Talk. And we really don't have a whole lot of snow to talk about because we have more of a warming trend there's going to be coming our way as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures well into the 50s, in fact. And, normal high is 43. Doing pretty good for tomorrow. It's Sunday onward where the forecast gets a little more interesting and certainly more complicated. Let me... Nice shot there. I hate when that camera does that. It freezes on the most odd face I make. Anyway, here's the latest on the radar. Nothing to talk about. Nice and clear and quiet. No systems out there whatsoever. As I broaden the view out a little more, you can still see the two features we've been talking about the past couple of days. Low pressure developing here in the Gulf of Mexico, and we've got the Arctic front developing here in Canada and the Northern Rockies. The question has always been with this is which one's getting to us first, and how close apart are they going to be in visiting us? And this one's going to be first, it looks like, and this one's going to be second, but, the gap between the two is not going to be very far. And I've seen hints every now and then that the two are going to get very close to meeting up in this general area as we get into Sunday afternoon especially. But at this point, all the data, verbatim, does keep them far enough apart to keep anything from major concern there, but does bear watching. We'll get to that in a second, though, the more details on the models on the what the latest thinking is. I do want to mention this real quick, because all of you have been wondering, are we going to get back to a snowy pattern, a colder pattern? Here's the kicker with this, is the models, for a while have been going on the idea that we're going to warm Alaska up. You've got to warm this area of the country up. The jet stream has to take what we call a ridge of high pressure into this area, and you get warming in this zone here. Warms up Alaska and the western provinces of Canada. When you do that, you force the cold Arctic air to dive southward toward the Great Lakes. But notice, even on this day, we're still talking about 40 to 50 below zero weather in this area. It has yet to show any type of warming, and when we look at the models, they're not warming things up very much still, even as we went through the first week to 2 weeks into January. So until we see evidence of a warming trend here, our temperatures here back at home are pretty much seasonable. 30s and 40s, nothing too extreme. So that doesn't mean you won't get big snows or you can't get big snows out of that. That is certainly still possible. In fact, when you get cold Arctic air that does dive all the way in, like it was forecast to potentially a couple weeks ago, you actually get cold and dry weather sometimes here in Kentuckiana. So the idea that it's not coming down to full force is probably a good thing if you're a snow lover, because that will allow us to be more at play here for snow events. But it will also allow us to be more at play at precip type events. Yes, sleet, freezing rain, and snow and rain would all be complicated issues. We're used to that, and that's probably what we're going to be facing in the month of January. All right, so here's the models for the first event. Quiet tonight. During the day tomorrow, the clouds do stream in as we head toward the 2 o'clock time frame, the leading edge of the cirrus clouds. The sun can still shine through some of these here, so it won't be too bad, but it will slow the temperature rise a little bit, depending on how quickly they move in. I will say, though, these numbers are a little off. I think that these numbers are going to be warmer than this, than what we're showing. So I'm going much warmer, in fact, close to 57 here in Louisville. And then the rain moves in, but that'll be after midnight. In fact, by the time we get into about 5:30 in the morning, showers moving in. The question is, how far north does this rain band go? And the models vary a little bit, but in general, the Ohio River itself appears to be the cutoff line from the steadier rain and then nothing at all to the north and west. So we'll keep an eye on that. Certainly, the more south and east you go, the higher the rain chance will be. And it will be a cold rain with temperatures hovering around 40 when it's falling. It moves out of here on Sunday, then Sunday night into Monday. We get the cold front that comes through, and we get snow showers and flurries fly on by. Some of the models are hinting that maybe a decent snow band may try to set up in this area on Monday. We'll see if that happens or not, but that could be a light accumulating snow event for Monday. But nevertheless, there will be a snow chance for everybody in that time. Now, what you're looking at here is what they call the 500 millibar vorticity. This is how we look at the energy, basically, in the atmosphere. And the reason why I'm showing this, it really points out the features that we've been talking about. This is the low pressure on Sunday that's moving through the Ohio Valley, and here's the Arctic front moving down to the south. Let me change the color of my wand here so you can kind of see. Let's see, what color can I do? We'll just use white. Let's see if that'll work for you there. All right, how's that look? Is that better? Okay. All right, so here's the low pressure moving through the Ohio Valley on Sunday. Here's the Arctic front moving in behind it. Now, as we advance the front, there is a little bit of an enhancement you see here that takes place on Tuesday. That could be a light snow event maybe for the deep south, but for us, we'll miss out on that. But it would just keep things pretty chilly even on the Tuesday. And then this is the next feature, which is, the big debate we've had earlier on was we'd have a storm, a piece of energy moving across the south, and a piece of energy moving across the north, and they would phase into a big storm around the 2nd or 3rd of January. We've been talking about that back before Christmas. Well, it lost the southern branch feature. It dives all the way, in fact, it's not even on the map. It dives way down into Mexico, so you don't even see it anymore. But it is trying to say now that the northern feature here is going to dig. And the vorticity is showing up here in the bright red, showing that there's some enhancement here as this little ripple in the northern jet stream does move on through. As it does, if it slows down and deepens, it can actually scoop up some moisture in advance of it. And it's trying to do that as we head into Thursday, with a chance for some light snow showers developing here in the Ohio Valley. Now, a lot of the models don't show this. In fact, the European is not even close to this idea. It doesn't even have this feature at all on the map. And this close to the event, you would think it would. So we're keeping snow chances pretty low here for Thursday and Friday of next week until we get a better idea of which feature is going to be on the map and which one is going to be the strongest here. So just to let you know, that's why there's a snow chance Thursday and Friday. This is the reason why it's in the 7-day right now, is that there's just a chance that the GFS and even the Canadian model are hinting at this as well, that there could be onto something. So I'm keeping the low chances for now. And if it turns out the European model is right, we'll have to take the rain chances and take them out, or the snow chances out, Thursday into Friday. And then after that, the pattern actually quietens down a little bit for at least a few days. I hope that all makes sense. It's kind of more of a technical discussion of the atmosphere as we head through the next 7 days. But overall, the warming trend tomorrow is the big story. We've got some light rain tomorrow night, especially in Kentucky, and then change into some light snow as we head into Sunday night into Monday. We'll see how much enhancement of snowfall we can get on Monday. Even a dusting could cause some problems here on the roadway, so we'll watch that. It's going to be cold on Monday, certainly. And then Thursday and Friday of next week, we'll see if the other feature comes through. It can actually enhance and increase snowfall. The reason why I mentioned that one is, even though we have a 20% chance for snow with that one, is if that enhancement is right on the GFS, then the snow amounts could be fairly decent. A few inches of snow could be possible out of that. So that's why it's worth watching and to see if it actually is going to be the truth to the matter or not. As far as the longer trend goes, we're going to hold off any idea of extreme cold for a while until we see Alaska warm up. So until then, we're going to play in this back and forth game of warm and cold and rain and snow. It's going to be a messy forecast into January. Lots of headaches probably ahead for us. Used to that, though. All right, have a good rest of the evening. I got the day off tomorrow. I'll be back, though, coming up on Sunday. See you at 11.